Are you a fan of science and science fiction? Of course you are. You wouldn't be watching this channel for any other reason. You know, the other day I was sitting and thinking about all the movies and TV shows that I watched as a kid, you know, because I had nothing better to do. And it got me, I suppose, reminiscing about the perception of what I thought that the future was gonna be. Like, we all have that, right? Like, whenever someone asks you about what do you think the future is going to look like? Like, we have those stereotypical ideas that pop into our head that have to do with flying cars and like just a really retro, like Star Trek-esque type of future. As long as you don't, you know, go the entire nihilistic route of humans nuclear warring themselves to death. But I think one of the biggest things, or the biggest parts of the future that everybody thinks of when we start going down this road of imagining what we think the future is going to look like is, well, robots. And having grown up being just an avid consumer of science fiction, it just made me think of all the different ways that we've seen robots portrayed in media. Seeing C-3PO and R2-D2 be the ride or die homies of Luke Skywalker, or seeing the T-800 be the noble protector in T2 Judgment Day, or even Robbie Robot being the Swiss Army knife of the 23rd century. All of these characters helped form my idea or my perception of the future that in some ways I felt like we would be living by now. Like, am I wrong? Like, I mean, literally, if you do the math, George Jetson would have been conceived in, like, 2020. So, like, literally, George Jetson would have been, like, a quarantine baby. Like, it's just, when we see the future portrayed in movies and media, especially when you're a kid, I just feel like that it should be here by now, right? Like, it just doesn't feel like we're in the future. Like, even though every single second that we're around, we continuously travel forward in time, but it just, I don't know. You understand what I'm saying, right? All of those details aside, I've always loved the idea or even dreamed of the day that I could have my own artificial confidant. You know what I'm saying? Someone who could accompany me on my adventures across terra firma. It sounds really cool when I say it like that, doesn't it? But I really just mean accompanying me to the grocery store so I don't have a complete fucking meltdown in the middle of the self-checkout aisle. That's beside the point. And yes, whilst the field of robotics has progressed leaps and bounds over the last few years alone, we still aren't quite to the point where we can call these dreams reality. But nevertheless, my interest in the subject had always maintained a mundane enough level that it hadn't fully recessed into the depths of my cerebral, and I've always wanted to dip my toes into the world of engineering and find out what it would take and what the challenges are in terms of creating actual real-life robots. Fast forward to Amazon Prime Day of 2024 at a chronic online shopper who dabbles in his spare time as a science enthusiast who comes across a no less than interesting item in our evil corporate overlord's inventory, and you got the makings of a subpar YouTube video that is way fucking longer than it needs to be. MBot by MakeBlock is a STEM coding robot designed to help children learn about robotics, electronics, and computer programming. The robot can be built from scratch using a screwdriver and instructions, which can help children learn the basics of robotic parts. MBot can also be programmed using the MBlock app or the MBlock software to control it in different ways, which we will explore later in this video. MBot is designed for STEM education and can be used in classrooms, after-school programs, or summer camps. It can help children develop logical thinking and design skills, and can also help them transition into more advanced programming languages like Arduino. Alright, now look, I understand that I am technically by law an adult, but I can all but guarantee you that there is a bunch of people who are not, who know way more about this stuff than I do, so I figured that MBot would be a great place to start. I mean, look, it says rated for ages 8+, and I am 8. Plus. Now, after waiting a solid 3 days for it to arrive, and then another good year and a half while it was sitting on my shelf collecting dust while I was doing other things, it's finally time to build this thing. All in all, it was relatively simple to build. The only reason it took me 2 days was because I realized the batteries weren't included, so I had to pick some up the following day. If you have those beforehand, you can honestly probably knock it out in about like an hour tops. Alright. Hello, little buddy. Now, I have no idea what to do with him now. I only read the instructions far enough. Oh shit! And whoa. I think we're gonna have to take him downstairs. He's got a little remote. So if we whoa. That's pretty awesome. Oh. I don't know what that is. Did I have his servos plugged in back there? Huh. Alright, let's take him downstairs. I might have his servos backwards. There he is. This is just the remote. Oh, yeah, I totally have his servos backwards. Alright, hold up. I'm gonna switch his servos. Fine. See, I have his servos backwards because if I press forward, this is the forward button, he goes backwards. I press this one, he goes forwards. Okay, let's turn him around straight. So if I press forward, he goes back. Press that way. Well, that way's correct. Maybe that is the way he's supposed to be. I don't know. What does that do? Alright. Oh! Oh, okay. Okay, that's enough. Oops. Okay, so B just sends him straight back. Okay. Maybe I should have read the instructions first. I don't know. F? You see F on the remote? That doesn't do anything. 0. B. Send him straight back. Okay, well. Just. Oops. I don't know what to do with him now. Alright, so now that he's all put together, we need to download the software needed to code and communicate with him. It's very simple. All you gotta do is go to www.mblock.com, go to the download section, and download whichever PC version that corresponds with the one that you have. And if you don't have a PC, they also have a mobile app that I downloaded as well, but I haven't used yet. Okay, so it's actually relatively simple. I've got the software here downloaded on my computer, and I fought with it, and I fought with it, and I fought with it for like quite some time. And I fought with it, and I fought with it, and I fought with it quite some time. Anyway, and I could not figure out what I was doing wrong, so I went to the old tried and trusted YouTube tutorial, and it was telling me that I was doing everything correctly. And then it turned out, after about an hour or so of messing with it, and not working, I just needed to update the software, and then after I updated it, it works out pretty well. So, basically, right here it is. It's pretty simple. You just have to enter a couple of prompts here, so I'll just copy it here. We just, you enter an event, and it says when the onboard button is pressed, which the onboard button is this thing right here. And then we'll add a control thing here, and it'll say wait 1 second. And then we will have it repeat. It'll be right here in control, I believe. Repeat for 10 seconds. And then we'll add some, we'll do right here. Alright, there we go. We'll add 2. It's very simple. Make this left, make this right. Change the color to blue, and we'll do it to red so it's exactly the same, and then we'll do right, and then change this color to blue, and then we will just delete this, delete, and then this will automatically connect to the MBot, and it will do basically what we tell it to. And as you can see, it's already doing it, but I will get a closer up view so you can actually see it. So when this right here, when the onboard button is pressed, it will wait 1 second and then alternate between the 2 different LEDs on top for 10 seconds. Just like that. Now I know that that is not unbelievably impressive. However, I think it's pretty cool, and we're going to use basically this technique and build whatever we want off of it. I know it's pretty simple, but that's the point, is it's supposed to be simple and easy to use because it's supposed to teach things like coding. This is how, or the basic idea. Ouch! Ooh, funny bone. Ow! Ooh, that hurt. This is basically supposed to teach how this stuff works. And so, me knowing nothing about coding, I feel like it's a pretty fun introduction. And this is obviously meant for kids, but it gives you an idea about how so many of the different pieces of technology that we rely on crucially in our modern day society work. And I think that's great. I love being able to have some more insight to be able to understand how this stuff works. So I'm gonna play around with it some more, and we're gonna see all the fun little things that we can do with MBot. And I also have an idea of, I think, once I get good at getting this working and making MBot do what I want it to do, I want to make like a little short film with this little guy. I think that would be fun. Also, one more thing that I wanted to show you is when you're doing this, it basically right here, you have to have it connected via USB port into the little robot for the live mode. You can see here on your mode it says either upload or live, and doing it live will allow you to just basically directly communicate with your robot. However, you are at the mercy of your USB cord. So if you are going to do some command prompts that involve your robot moving, it's not going to get very far, and then it's going to end up running out of cable. So if we're going to do some prompts that involve it moving, we're going to switch over to the upload. But we're going to do that here in a minute. I'm just going to figure out a couple of things to do with just talking to it directly, so I can get good at figuring it out. It looks relatively simple. It's more or less like puzzle pieces, I would say. Also, if you notice, if you're going here and we go to upload, some of the command prompts are going to be blurred out, and you can see it changes based off of the mode that you're in. So for live, it has a lot, things change. It's just interesting as I'm learning here. But yeah, we're gonna keep playing around with it. We're gonna see what else we can make MBot do. And then we can also do other things with the MBot. So I'm gonna go to, I believe, no, it'd be what? Events. Alright. When on board button, press when click. There we go here. Alright, when MBot starts up, and then we're gonna go to a control, and then we're gonna say repeat there, and then we're gonna do for. I am specifically following the card here. I'm specifically following the card 4 times, and then we're going to put an action, move forward, add power 50% for 1 second, and then we're going to say turn right. Alright, and then we're going to go to another action, and then we're going to say turn right 50%, and then we're going to say 0.7. And we make sure our values are exact here because that matters. Alright. And then if our MBot fails to drive in a square, we're going to modify the number. So then we should just be able to upload the code, I believe. Give it a second. Shit. Alright, it tried to do that. It tried to take off. It tried to take off on the desk, but that's okay. Alright, so we've got it uploaded. Okay, it's uploaded to our little guy here. I'm gonna go put him on the floor. We're gonna turn it off, turn it back on, and we'll see how that works. Okay, I apologize, the lighting conditions are not the best, but here he is. And then we're just gonna flip our little toggle switch on. Oh. I think that was a square. Okay, and we are also now. Okay, now we're gonna take our MBot. We're gonna plug him back in. Please excuse the chaotic mess of my desk, but now we're gonna make MBot an ambulance. So let's try that code here. Alright, so first we need to plug him back in. Plug him back in. Now, here's the other issue. What the fuck? Why didn't he turn back on? Is it because he's plugged? Oh! I don't know how to stop that. Alright. I don't know how to make him quit doing that. Shit. How do I make that code go away? Delete. Alright, now what happens? Nothing. Shit. Alright, okay, and he's doing it again. Crap. See, it's every time. See, and then now he's trying to move. Oh, God. Oh, this is bad. Okay, alright. He's done, but at the moment I plug him back in, he doesn't work. Am I plugging him in the wrong port? Let's try the other port. Okay, and then that's gonna try to just put him in air jail for the moment. Alright, let's see. Alright, let me consult the directions here and see what I'm doing wrong. Let's try this. When MBot starts up, do nothing. Real shit. Alright, well, let's consult the master. YouTube. How do I undo a code I hit in MBot? Oh, look at that one, look at that one. Later. Very basic, how to code and reset. Alright, let's see what this guy says.
Okay, today we're going to...
When I look at mental health outcomes, I'm not fucking done, you little ugly fuck. When I look at these things, I see, oh, here's a study, mental health outcomes in transgender and non-binary youth receiving gender-affirming care. This is a fucking study, and what does this study tell us?
Sorry.
Oh.
Okay, alright. I think we may have figured it out. Okay, so now we have to... Are we connected? I think we are. Update. Alright. We go here, here, factory, update. I think that's correct. Alright, something's wrong. Alright. Let's disconnect. Connect again. Connect. Oh, fuck. He just tried to run across the desk again. Alright. Just look for a second. This is how I have him sat. So that way he doesn't run off my desk. Alright, okay, he's connected. Alright, now we're gonna go to settings, update firmware, and we're gonna go to factory, update. And now this should work. Oh, something happened. Yay, now it's working. Alright. Oops, it's okay. Alright. wait for this fucker to go. Come on now. Alright. He should be good to go now. So now, if I... turn him back on, I'm going to turn him off. Awesome! He doesn't try to run off the floor again. Alright. Now, let's do another one. Okay, so we did that. Now we figured out how to reset him to factory sequence. Now we are going to do the ambulance. We're going to make him an ambulance. Alright. So, first we're going to start with when MBot starts up, and then we're going to say move forward. And we're going to have to go downstairs for this one because I just do not have enough space in my room for this. Alright, move forward. It's going to be an action. Move forward at power 100%. Move forward at power. There we go. At power, we're going to give him 100%. And then we're going to do LED all. Alright, and then we're going to do, that would be show LED. Oh, fuck. Alright, that's wrong. Alright, delete block. And then we're going to do control, and then we're going to repeat 3. Repeat 3. And then we're gonna do LEDs show color action heavy, or no, it'd be show LED bam all shows color. We're gonna do blue. That's wrong again. I clicked the wrong action. Delete. And then we're gonna do show LED all bam. We're gonna do blue. And then we're gonna do play sound frequency. So it would be play sound frequency. Play sound at frequency of 950 hertz. 950 hertz, 4.6 seconds. So we're gonna do 0.6 seconds. Alright. And then we're gonna go LED all shows color of black. So we're gonna do LED all bam shows color of black. Why black? I don't know. I think we're gonna change it to red. We're gonna do red. I'm just gonna make a decision here and we're gonna see if that makes a difference. Alright, play sound frequency. Play sound frequency of 700 hertz for 0.4 seconds. There we go. We're gonna do 0.4 seconds. And then we're gonna do an action and we're gonna put stop moving. Alright. That looks correct. And so you can also see here his sound frequency range is 20 to 20,000 hertz. And then it's pretty straightforward. Alright. Let us upload this to our MBot. Okay, that's just teaching you a little bit about sounds. We might do a whole video about that later, but for right now we're going to ignore that. Okay, now we're going to upload to our MBot. Upload. Oh, is he not connected? Alright, connecting. Oh, it's because I turned him off and on, that's right. What? Connection error. Okay. There. Connect. Upload code. Okay. a second. Okay, move forward. Alright, there's, stop moving. Alright. Let us go. Let's try it out. Here is our guy. And then now let's see. When I turn this on, he's a little ambulance now. Look at that. Alright. That was pretty cool. Now we're going to try one more thing tonight. And if there is anything else that I want to do with him, I will do that probably tomorrow because I'm pretty tired. But as you can see by my screen, it is 5:22 in the morning. We are now going to reconnect our guy. So firstly, we're going to take him and we're going to set him up like this. So that way he doesn't run off the table. We're going to turn him back on. Yeah. Alright, we're going to plug him in. Okay, he is now plugged in. We are now gonna go and connect. Yup, see? Alright, and then now we're going to go to setting, update, there, factory update. Should take a second. There we are. He is now completely factory reset. Delete. Delete. There is one more thing. Oops. There is one more thing. Delete. Delete. One more thing I want to do. So MBot comes with one of the things that was really cool that I thought was MBot came. And it was advertised when I bought it on Amazon. Okay, we'll do this later. There's one more thing I want to do tonight. We can also make him an artist. We can. I mean, there is so much. There is so much that you can do with this little robot, and I just don't think that we're going to be able to cover it all. I mean, you've got detecting obstacles. You can make him an artist. I might do a full another video to do with MBot if y'all want it. But I mean, he can sing Christmas carols. He can do superpowers, I guess, which I'm not even 100% what that is. There's he can be a solar car, I guess. And willingness, where has no gas station willingness to rely on solar energy for power. I didn't even know he had a solar cell. That's really cool. You got the ambulance, which we just did. You've got make the MBot move. We've got obstacle avoiding car. We've got follower, where he, I guess it follows people who are in front of it. We've got let me down, picked up from a light colored surface. It will sound an alarm for help. You've got cliff detection. You've got track patrol, which I think we're going to do here. We've got remote control MBot, which is what we did at the beginning. Let MBot sprite say hello. We might do this one too. And then we've got, this is something else. I'm not sure about that. Alright. It's dawn, it's dark. Tell us the distance. I mean, there is just so much. You can voice control the MBot. Trampoline game with MBot. You've got greeter, welcome guests, and count the number of guests. What the hell? I didn't know. Electronic instruments. We might make a fucking song with MBot. Look at this. This is all kinds of stuff. This is flipping crazy. So, I didn't realize. So, there is so many things that come with this little guy. That are just... Like, these are all just stock things that come with it. Like, all these features. But also... You can really do, I mean, with the freedom that this software gives you, you can really do just about anything you want with him. I mean, I really think the more I'm messing around with this guy, the more impressed I'm actually becoming. I didn't even know all of this when I bought the thing. Wow, that's been going for a while. I didn't even know this when I bought the thing, that this is all the features that he could do. So we're gonna do one more for tonight, and I think when it was advertised that you could set him to basically drive autonomously, and I have this little racetrack here, and I have this little racetrack here. You see, it's a figure 8, and he's supposed to be able to be coded to where he will follow the lines. So, we're gonna do that. Let's see. Alright. Where's the card that I just had? Is that it right here? Yep. Alright. So this one... Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, now open up OBS here again real quick. Start recording. Go here. Go there. Alright. So now, we're gonna do... events. When MBot starts up, we're gonna do when MBot starts up, and then we go do forever. There's that, and then we're gonna do line follower sensor port 2. Hold up. There, that's better. And then we're gonna do line follower sensor port 2. So we're gonna go sensing line follower sensor port 2. Oh, oops. Okay. So first, and then we need to do if. So we're gonna go if. We're gonna need a couple of them. So we're gonna go variable or control maybe. If 1, 2, 3, 4 if then. So we're gonna go 1 events or control 2 3, and the thing I mean, you can get so creative and do so many different things. 1, 2, oh oops, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. If line sense, okay, and then we need to do, it looks like, some values here. Looks like that one. Line follower sensor. Value. There we go here. Alright. Alright, now we just upload this to our guy. Upload. Oh, he's not connected. Connect. Okay, upload the code. Okay, it's uploading. Yeah, thought that was gonna happen. Alright, we're gonna pop him off. Now we're gonna go back downstairs again. And we should just be able to pop him down on there, and he should follow this racetrack. Alright, we've got our little racetrack here, and we should be able just to pop our little buddy on it. Oh shit! Oh. Look at that. That was pretty freaking cool, wasn't it? The paper is moving around a little bit, but alright, let's try it one more time. Put my foot there. Isn't that pretty cool? Oh, sorry. So there we have it. All in all, MBot far exceeded any expectation I thought I had, and then some. We haven't even scratched the surface on what this little guy is capable of. We didn't even do anything original. We just followed the cards. The whole experience, from the building the robot, to the coding the robot, to seeing him do his little tricks, plus the creative freedom to be able to do really anything you want by constructing your own code for your own totally non-nefarious purposes, is a flippin' great way to be able to introduce really anybody into how robots work. Total 10 out of 10 would recommend. I suppose this is a time when I probably should mention that this video is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by makeblock. Yet. Seriously though, if you have any young inquisitive minds running around, or you just want to try this out for yourself to gain a little bit of insight, I say do it. Well worth it. And you know what? Thinking back to what I said at the beginning of the video, after having spent some time just barely figuring out how robots work in this day and age, I almost partially want to take it back. This is totally a toy I imagine kids playing with in the future. We didn't have them like this when I was growing up. Not this accessible, anyway. Maybe the future isn't quite as far off as we thought it was. If you want to see more of MBot and what it can do, please subscribe and let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to follow my social medias and all that. They're down in the description as usual. And let's see if let me know if you want a part 2, because there's a lot that we haven't done. Alright, let's see what YouTube wants you to watch next. What's it gonna recommend? Oh dear. Oh no. Ignore that. Video's over. Just leave. Go waste your time in some other dark recessed corner of the internet.